Okay, welcome back, channel. So this is going to be a quick video on International Graphite. Decent stock, in my opinion. If you're new to the channel, I just talk about actually natural graphite stocks now because I see that as the next place to make money. It's not financial advice. Do your own research and just do the rough figures. So basically, why natural graphite? Well, this is lithium pricing, and it went like this. Natural graphite, we could be in this stage here. What happened here is there wasn't enough lithium to go around, and there was huge demand for it, and so the price went sky high, and companies did very well. So the price of the commodity is important, but also the cost to build the mine is important too. Core Lithium, perfect example of a good stock. They only had to raise $100 million to make $400 million a year EBITDA, so before earnings, etc. So they didn't have to dilute the share price. They didn't have to say, Jimmy, can I borrow some money? And then Jimmy says, well, I might as well just buy the whole thing off you and make most of the profit myself. They said, Jimmy, I just need a little bit of money. I'll pay it back to you in like a few months. And then they didn't dilute the share price. Bit of a stupid way to say it, but that's the truth. Like GL1, let's look at a stock that diluted. Didn't do a 20x like Core Lithium. Just did a maybe 3x or something because they have to raise $400 million to build the mine and do the same amount of tons as Core Lithium. So that's an important thing as well. It's the commodity, and it's also how much you have to spend and how much you'll make. So IG6, rough figures, they could spend $100 million and make that per year at the current prices. And if graphite goes like this, then they'll make double or triple that. And also, if you look back at Core Lithium, they thought they were going to make like $100 million a year after spending $100 million as well. And then fast forward, the price goes crazy and they can make a lot more, although the price is coming back down. But this is about graphite, not lithium. Just using lithium as an example, you should buy low, sell high, know what you're buying, know the company inside out. If you're buying a company, you should be able to tell me everything about them, like how much it costs to build the mine, how many tons per annum, how much they make per tons, what power they're using, advantage over competitors, etc. So anyway, back to IG6. So for graphite, you sort of want something with 5 million tons, which will give you a 50-year mine life doing 100,000 tons per year. Or if you want to double production because the demand gets there, you can do 200,000 tons for 25 years. So these guys are on the small side right now. Just did the sum here. They've got just under 1 million tons. That means they can do a 9-year mine life, 100,000 tons per annum. Or double that if they do less tons, etc. But they are digging for more. So they're on the small side now for stuff in the ground. But if we go up to this thing here, I believe that's on the back of this thing here. And they're yet to drill this out here. So they could have another 3. If they get to 3 million tons, that's a 30-year mine life doing 100,000 tons per annum, which is pretty decent. And who's to say, that's from over here. Who's to say they can't pick up other stuff somewhere and then process it here. Also, the other thing I don't like about these guys, why are they driving at 400 kilometers to here to process it? I'm not really sure, but I suppose they are going to ship it around there anyway, so they probably know more than you do. And you could probably ring them up and ask them questions. And also, for graphite, there's no shortage of stuff in the ground. The shortage is going to come from the processed stuff. So you get out of the ground, you get 2 tons out of the ground, and then you grind it to make small balls. And out of the 2 tons, you get roughly 1 ton of spherified graphite. This is rough figures. And then they coat that. But these guys are doing it all in-house. So they're going to truck it to here, do the coating. I think the only companies in the world, probably in Australia, that's got a pilot plant doing it now. Very small scale. I think they're doing 4,000 tons, which is nothing really. But at least it's a start. And I say they have some government backing too, so maybe they'll get some government grants here and there. Yeah, just would like to see them get a bit more tons, which seems they're on the way to doing. So yeah, just my vibe of this company is not great, just the small tons, but who knows, they could uncover something a lot bigger. Looks like they could have 5 million tons, so maybe it's not a problem. I don't know. Anyway, I think they got, for the first while anyway, they got grade of 17% for the starting of the mine. Grade isn't everything, but it's pretty important. So what else? We'll go into some other ones. letter shareholders. Nothing there. Cash flow in 18 months. So the cost in this much to make $1,000 a ton. I think it's like times $1,000 by $4 million. And it'll cost them $12 million. So small scale, but obviously you have to start somewhere. So yeah, and then they'll step that up gradually as the demand comes in. And maybe if the price goes up, this will go to 5,000 a ton, and then you're making a bit more money. It's a very small scale, in my opinion, but I'm not going to knock them. They could just keep going. Like, got to start somewhere. Continuing on, I think that's the same one. Let's just go to the price now, because I think the price is pretty decent. Starting point, 38 million. I thought it was about 30 million. So it is quite expensive. I guess you're paying that extra bit to get the downstream that's already in action. If I put a gun to my head, I'd probably buy this share, because they got a larger. They're at 30 million. They look like they're going to have a 50-year mine life times 2. Grade is similar. They're in South Australia, which is all on renewables, huge batteries, etc. So yes, give ITM the slight edge over thing, but I could be wrong. ITM could go to nothing, and IG6 could go well. And these guys are pretty far off. They got to drill, do the feasibility study, then they can build the mine. There's another company already building the mine now, done the feasibility study. They are about, always look for here to your price, I think about 70 million, 66 million. Building the mine already, and could have cash starting later this year. They say they're going to make about 50 or 60 million EBITDA, and then 25 million after cost and tax. So paying that much for a company, and they're getting $25 million after tax is very good if they say what they're going to do. But I'm thinking maybe they don't do that, and they get 10 million, 15 million after tax, and that's still a pretty good result in my opinion. So they're building the mine now. They're going to be finished later this year and making money. They are in Africa, but yeah, so there is risk involved. They say they're going to make the money, but are they going to? Yeah, but this was one of my top picks as well. Not financial advice, to your own research. And guess what? If they make that 25 million or 10, 15 million, pretty soon they'll probably double production, spend the money to double production, and then double it. And they'll be in front of the competition because they've already built the mine. And then maybe that graphite shortfall comes in, and whoop. And then, yeah, maybe you want to sell out. Buy low, sell high. Although some companies, the companies like these ones in the future, they have a thing, and they just do so many tons, there's so much demand, and they get the price per ton down. So companies like Fortescue Metals, cost them $20 to get out of the ground. They sell for like $100, and they've been doing that for years and years, and they just double up, do more tons, and China keeps buying it. So I guess there's a huge demand for iron ore. But look, you could have bought there, sold there. If you thought it was ridiculous, who knows? You just have to do the rough figures. Look what's around the corner. Look at supply, demand, forecast, etc. You're never going to pick the bottom or the very top, but you could probably get pretty close. Anyway, that's it for this video, and see you in the next one.